Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to TBB TV channel number 2. This channel is specifically dedicated to VODs, the full hour to 2 hour length podcast streams that we do every single Tuesday. If you want to see our main content, go check it out on the main TBB TV channel. It's where we do vlogs, video games, other stuff, highlights, all that interesting stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good day. Peace.
They're really serious about their tombstone updates.
All right, on a serious note, we made a list of things that experts predict will happen in the near future. Let's go ahead and read those off.
And those things are that humans will become a multi-planetary species, that artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence, that by 2030 we will consume double the Earth's resources, and SpaceX will commercialize spaceflight. The world will make a conversion to solar energy. Humans will merge with technology, and the species will divide into two. Interesting. We will begin the process of terraforming Mars. The iPhone 19 will come out. It will be this long. Musk's Hyperloop will allow for travel up to 800 miles per hour, and SpaceX will reduce New York to China travel time from 1 day to 1 hour.
Yo, hold up.
Actually, 39 minutes.
Why does Aaron's face look like he's surprised he knows how to speak English right now? He's like, whoa, I
That's not what it's about. That's, what do you mean? That's really fast.
Time out. Okay, so you said consume double the Earth's resources. Now, how much resources do you think that we actually have? Because we're dwindling away on resources, to be honest.
They estimate we have about 200 million tons of fossil fuels or something like that available, and that's a finite resource. I think we have enough to power ourselves for the next 60 years or 50 years, burning the way we do, maybe less. Okay. I think.
But we're exponentially.
But we're gaining how much power? It's moving an exponential.
It's not the way I guess that should have been worded was that we won't be doubling, but our intake of intake of power will be worth 2 Earths of resources.
Right. That's why I'm
meaning that we're overusing.
We only got those.
Exactly.
But that's why I'm asking. Okay, so you're saying that it'll basically be double what we're already using now. Our resources now are dwindling away.
They have been.
Right, and that's why it's kind of crazy to think about, because where's all this power going to be coming from to power both the Earth and wherever we go? Say we go to Mars or something like that. What are we going to be using for these? Are we changing?
Space travel can use a lot of mostly solar power, but I mean,
I'm not just talking about space travel. I'm talking about you go to a different planet with different things that are happening. How should I put this?
How are we gonna continuously have power?
Well, not just that, but nature-wise, things are different. So I'm sure that what we do here on Earth, we're not just gonna be able to do on Mars or on Jupiter, on this planet or this planet. Things are gonna have to change. So I don't know.
What's crazy?
Because
ultimately, Duracell AAA batteries, dude. We need to grab all the batteries we can right now, stockpile them, and hopefully we'll have enough.
Totally forgot I was gonna say, Mike, you ass.
Go ahead, sorry.
But it just comes down to I don't know. Are we gonna use wind sources now? Is that what we're gonna?
No, we're gonna eventually end up on solar. It's just the technology. The technology hasn't been there, and people have just been ragging on it all these years. And it's we now are able to capture a lot more of the energy from the sun than we were before.
It's true.
Oh,
it's only 18%, Eric.
But
we can only use up to 18%.
Right. That's what's crazy to think about, is that it's such a little number.
The problem is we have to advance solar technology to a point where we can not only use it as where we can not only use it as just an incoming energy source, to where just instantly power stuff, but also sustain it for a very long period of time. Take it, store it, and then use it and renew it, and you know what I mean?
Right.
We don't have the technology to be able to do that yet.
Here we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Solar City.
Not enough to supply for the entire.
Yeah,
Earth.
if we if we miniaturize it and do it like per household, then it's a lot more doable. But if you try to do like DTE or whatever your power source out is in Massachusetts, if you try and have a company do that, it's a lot harder to transfer that energy.
It's always like partial though. Like right now, it's partial. It's not like we can just like theoretically we could, right now with the current technology, we wouldn't be able to just like put solar panels on like everybody's house and then just power them indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like,
so Bob Lob Law's blog says solar is rapidly becoming cheaper and more efficient as well. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but that's what he's saying.
I don't know either.
So.
Elon Musk's got this company that he invested in or created. I don't know the exact details, but it's called Solar City, and now he has roof tiles that are solar panels but look exactly like roof tiles,
like shingles.
Right, but how much is that costing?
He said in the next 20 years. He said in the next 20 years it'll be I can't remember how he worded it, but it'll be cheaper than financing a roof once you factor in the costs that it'll reduce your electricity. Because with that you won't have an electricity bill anymore.
Right. So okay. So you're basically saying, so he made this roof with solar panels, correct?
Yep.
That's what. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I have that right. So yes, it may reduce on the cost in the future, but like, what production cost? How much is this all going to be costing? What kind of resources are we going to be using for it? Like, and that's what I'm like trying to get to is
I
like,
see what you mean.
We're trying to advance these things, but do we actually have the resources to make these advancements, or are they just prototypes to even see if they would even work? You know,
that's a good point.
Right.
What's scary to think about is like just it almost feels like a video game. Like we're running out of resources, and there's literally nothing you can do once you run out. You know what I mean?
That's why like.
There's a billion like fucking books on that shit too, like that just talk about like the scary like spectrum of like energy crises.
I got on the screen right now what these panels look like.
So, then also okay, so you have like production costs, all that kind of stuff, but like if you like, there's an easy way to make resources keep going. So like every time you chop down a tree, how hard is it to just have another tractor just go over and just plant another one?
Yeah, but it takes a while for that to grow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does take a while, but I'm pretty sure that if we would have been doing this since we started yanking trees out of the ground just for, common goods or whatnot, then things wouldn't be away as fast as they are. I guess my point is that it's very easy just to plant a tree again once you take one out type thing.
Yeah, it's great. It's all great like ideas. The problem is like we have a society that's just like, oh yeah, we should do that, but you know what? I'd rather just kind of sit on Twitter for like
collective
7
action
hours.
problem.
Oh yeah, we're lazy for sure.
But it'd have to be like a fucking mandated, like a lot of these like reforms would have to be like mandated for like everyone to fucking do, and like the government would have to back them.
All right. So next point: artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence.
Oh, that's like an automatic given.
Yeah, that's a very automatic one. Yeah. But like, what is your guys' like opinion? Like, Eric, what do you think about artificial intelligence? Do you think it's something good? Do you think it's something bad?
I think it's definitely something good, but I think the only way that it's good is if we can keep it on our side, aligned with our goals, or like if we can merge with it. Because we've already kind of merged with like our phones, because everybody has their phone on them all the time. If we can get to one day where we can just kind of almost turn ourselves into a computer, that's the only way I foresee us like surviving the birth of artificial intelligence, because otherwise I think that they would get rid of us. I know I say they as if like they're robots, killer robots or whatever, but like for real.
Artificial intelligence is really, really hard to even like think about as a concept.
Yeah.
It's like like I can't imagine it would ever be like full artificial intelligence, because if you think about it, like artificial intelligence as it is just like recognizing that you exist, but like all that has to be programmable. So like how do you program like feelings or like the randomness or like incongruency or like any type of thing that makes us human, like the ability to improvise, like things like that. Like computers are right now are always like one way, and that's just because you can only program a computer to either do or don't.
I think the problem is, I think people, when they think of artificial intelligence, they automatically go to, well, dude, robots. Of course, robots are gonna do this and do that. But like,
what about the Dota 2 AI?
Well, there's artificial intelligence that, like, for example, my dad works in Toledo Jeep. There's robots that bring car parts to and from, and transport them all over the planet. And like they're very, very useful, and they're not like they're robots, but they're not like android robots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
Artificial intelligence can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence could just be a quicker way for you to receive medicine, or for you to receive the training that you need for a job.
Well, I think the way people generally define artificial intelligence is like a thinking,
it's like fully autonomous.
fully
like,
autonomous thinking being, sort of. That's what most people think of.
But why do we need that?
Like,